everybody.
Thursday.
Hey, we first one out the gate is Lag. Good morning, Lag.
Good morning.
Kelly Debs, good morning. Yeah, hope you had a lovely weekend as well. We're keeping tabs on everybody that's showing up in some other chats and everything. We're watching everybody have a really productive weekend and some nice time off yesterday for many. And so Spam Banshee, good morning and aloha. So great to see you. And Paul Rose, aloha to you as well.
I know, it's so awesome. There's so many already waiting. That's so cool.
Paul Rose, Doug, are you there, or is Ro actually digging the hole? That is so funny.
He survived.
That's right. I survived. I got through it. But yeah, no, it's so good to see you guys. Hopefully you all had a really nice weekend there. We got
a lot of work done.
Yeah, we definitely got a lot of work done on our side this weekend. I know for our listings, we were going through a ton of the ephemera items that we mentioned last week. And so we probably listed around, I mean, I'll say on the low side, we probably listed 150 items just over the weekend. And then, but I'm thinking it's actually closer to 200. We were pumping through so many of those items. And it's a little bit confusing too, because a lot of them were lots so it's hard to tell with the actual individual items, but you know, it was good. We pretty much said this whole box of these, tickets and different things, we're going to try to get it all listed. And so we've got very few left now. So we're trying to get it all listed, but we just got a few left, but no, we did not. No, we didn't.
Good morning, Gina.
Oh yeah, good morning. Hey, Record Crate.
Good morning, Record Crate.
Good morning, good morning. Record Crate, thank you so much for being so patient with me. Waiting for me, just so that everyone here has the backstory. Record Crate has been really good about trying to gather up some records, some specific types that we had an interest in. And he kept sending me a video like with the ones that he's reviewing, and he was waiting for my feedback to go ahead and confirm which ones I wanted, and I kept delaying, but he was so patient. So you're a great record guy, Record Crate. Really do appreciate your patience with me there, but I think we're getting it all lined up now. And yeah, so good morning. Did I say good morning to Gina V? Just want to make sure. Good morning, Gina. It's so great to have you with us. I really do appreciate all y'all stopping by and stopping in. And hey, good morning, Jen. JRKR 1964. But yeah, as it turns out, so just a little funny thing that I learned over the weekend, that Jen is out in Wisconsin, and she's very close to where my dad lived for a couple of years in his teen years. And as my dad always describes, like whenever I'd complain about the weather or anything, he always complained about his time in Ripon. And my dad was out there in an old VW van, and he said that they only had like a little 2-inch heater inside that thing. My dad would like curl up in a ball next to it, trying to stay warm. But yeah, so he was out there and getting through it.
Paul Rose says, you're putting me to shame. I'm dealing with a lot outside of eBay, so my listings are suffering. Never enough hours in the day. That is extremely true. And this weekend, we definitely had to make some harder decisions as to what we were going to accomplish and get done. And that's real life right there.
Yeah. And so, yeah, no, it's we're definitely not putting you to shame, Paul Rose, because if you saw us like the previous weekend, we had to really set eBay aside, and it was all about everything else outside of the Bay, you know. So yeah, we all have to take those weekends, and it's a healthy thing to let yourself take that time. And I think for so many, as we've heard you express yourself for the work and everything, one of the biggest things for all of us is being okay with taking the time off where we're not focused on productivity. It's like we're trained to churn out listings and send out offers and ship items, and whether by choice or by kind of being pushed if the platform's not doing what we're expecting it to do, that taking that moment of allowing yourself to take a breather is
because you can't work at 100% all the time. That's just not possible. So yeah, don't feel bad about that.
Yeah, 100%.
We have to remind ourselves of that, or each other. We have to remind each other of that all the time.
100% okay to be at 0% sometimes. All right, let's see here. So Jen JRK 1964, we always drove through Ripon. Let's see, to go, I think it's go to, yeah, the little heart is blocking Wisconsin Dells on vacation. So here's a funny story for you, Jen. There's apparently a lake somewhere out near Ripon. I don't know exactly where, but
the infamous lake.
The infamous lake. But So there was a lake somewhere out near there, and my dad and effectively a coworker of his, they were driving home late one night.
Before the days of GPS.
Before the days of GPS, I mean, and my dad had an old VW Bug, or a little putt-putt, as he refers to it now. And so his buddy was like, "Hey, you know what? Can I drive? Can I drive home?" And my dad's like, "Nah, you know." I mean, he kind of knew the guy. He's like, "I don't really trust you," but he's like, "Okay, you know, I'm so tired. Go ahead and drive it. Go ahead and drive it." So, my dad's coworker, he's driving back, and my dad then gets in the passenger seat and he like nods off and he starts to fall asleep. And all of a sudden, my dad wakes up to this huge splash. Like my dad says, like a huge wave all of a sudden goes over the top of the car. And so my dad wakes up from a dead sleep and he looks out and all he sees is lake. And like the car is like starting to float a little bit. So my dad realizes like, okay, whatever happened, we're in like a river or something. So he freaks out, kicks the door open, and he like jumps out face first. Well, what had happened was that when my dad fell asleep, this guy, it came to a fork in the road where one keeps going on the road and the other path goes right down a boat launch. Yeah, the other one goes right down a boat launch. And so the guy somehow got confused, took them both down the boat launch right into this big old lake. And so what happened though is that as soon as they hit the boat launch, my dad goes to like jump out, and but they're still at this point, like it was like a long boat launch, he said. So it was like only a couple feet deep, and he like face plants right into the water and the concrete. And so it's just like my dad's like, I never let that guy drive my car ever again. But he'll never forget though. He said like just looking around and all you see is like all this moonlight shining across like a bunch of water, and you feel the water rushing in around your ankles. It's just quite the thing to wake up to.
So good morning, Texas Bandit and Swamp Picker
and Land Shark Picker, Maggie Doodle. Well, I'm busy chatting away here. We got like a whole team show up. That's cool. We got a whole football team.
People just come up.
Queen City Picker, Patricia. Did you say Patricia? I think you said.
I like silver hair. It's perky time.
Ping's here. But yeah, it's so great to see you guys. Mr. Sadie, always a pleasure. Yeah, thanks so much. So actually, yeah, Mr. Sadie, thank you for highlighting that. We want to thank all of you that we've gotten to 120 subscribers, and we're pretty much exactly 1 month in now.
Senior citizen raid.
But senior citizen, yes. Listen, I'm all about that. Like,
you guys are hilarious. Good morning, Primo.
Yeah, Jen, I can't imagine why he would let him drive again. That's so funny. But yeah, so Paul Rose said, how are sales going? I've had a terrible couple weeks, very low. Yeah, if you look at our metrics, I don't really know how to share on the stream, but if you look at our metrics, we had a spot last week where we just had, we didn't really have any 0 days.
Yeah.
But it was like,
low.
Yeah, it was very, very low. And we're trying to figure out why that is. We also, during the last week, we fired up a lot of auctions, which is very strange. Like, it's kind of funny. We fired up a bunch of auctions, and then it's almost like eBay then looked at that and said, all right, now let's just see how this goes. Like, let's, because we haven't done auctions in a while. But as soon as we started firing up all the auctions, then all of our buy it now sales just completely dropped. So just very, very weird how like abrupt that transition was. So yeah, so we really had kind of I wouldn't say it's super rough for us. And we also had when we started selling these like baseball tickets and everything, there's some people that came out of the woodwork that are like, hey, I'll pay you $100 for these, and we don't know anything about them. And we're like, okay, I mean, sure, we'll. Oh, hey, good morning, Jonathan Graham.
Good morning.
So good to have you with us.
Okay.
Good morning. Oh, I thought he was saying like game on, game oning, game on. That's well, good morning is awesome, but also game on. Let's go. But yeah, so Jen said weekend not very good for sales. And I think Silver Hair Stacker had some good news in the way of sales over the weekend. That was really awesome. And we had like one day where we got a ton of sales.
Yeah.
And then very low for like a few of the other days.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It was a mix.
Yeah. It's interesting too. Like I was watching the I'm just gonna call it the 3P podcast because I always forget that the my Pumpernickel Plumage and Perceiving podcast with So,
Receiving podcast.
yeah, with Josh Galt and John and Scott. And it was interesting that like Josh Galt was sharing a few good points about like his frustrations with sales and everything. And just it's just a good reminder, like to I'm glad that there's a greater conversation about mental health going on. It's been really good because we put so much effort into what we're trying to produce here, and it's not a guarantee of the results coming back. It's a many cases a likelihood, or in some cases a chance, but it's not a guarantee, and that psychologically can be very
Yeah.
frustrating, especially too. Like for me, I come from an environment right now where specific work gets specific rewards and everything, and so it's kind of difficult sometimes if you feel like you're chasing a phantom reward in your results.
So Paul Rose said, I haven't been promoting new listings for a few weeks now, so they are growing slowly. Wonder if I'm being punished, but trying to stick it out for now. We kind of did the same thing.
Yeah.
The promoted listings, you get so frustrated paying that and not seeing the results. So I told him the same thing. I'm like, let's take it off for a while. And then Swamp Picker said, I got a $215 return. He didn't need it. That hurts. Really sorry to hear that. That's frustrating. Yeah, especially when the reason is he didn't need it.
So, and I want to highlight too, Kelly Debs, what she said there. JRK 1964, I got a few, but had to promote some stuff a little higher. Yeah. So, and a lot are having to do that now too for their promotions. Let's see here. Oh, man, sorry to hear that. Swamp Picker got a $215 return. He didn't need it. After all that, it's like buy something for a couple $100 and I don't need it. It's like, well, you might want to think that through so save everybody a good hassle there. Hey, Mr. Sadie, I like that the hashtag winning on the back of that. That's super cool. But I finished painting the ceiling, so congratulations.
That is a big.
We were there when we were delaying you right in front of your wife being able to go ahead and get to work on the ceiling. So we're glad to be here at the ending when it's all wrapped up. So that's super cool. That's good news. Thanks for sharing that major win.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so let's see here. Lunch truck picker, nice. At least it's clean now when you look up at Larry.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's very supportive. That's a good buddy statement right there. Lunch truck picker, nice support from Mr. Sadie. Yeah, painting's a lot of work as it is, but there's a huge difference between painting a wall and then painting the ceiling. For some reason, that arm motion upward to paint the ceiling is like, it's brutal. But hey, and Tom, so good to see you, man. I know we already said hi to you a couple minutes ago, but thanks for always being so generous with offering to share the link and send the crew over and everything. It's really appreciated, especially because we're so fresh and new. But let's see here. All right, so Mr. Sadie says, "LOL, right? Crate," and it's almost like he mixed Craig and Ricky. Okay, then he corrects it right after that. Mr. Sadie, your typing is a little bit it's a little bit rugged today, man. It's a little rough. Let's see. I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm only dishing it out because I know you can take it.
And it might also be that your reading is a little rough this morning.
Yeah. What's going on?
You can't figure it out.
Oh yeah, if I can't read through it, then maybe I'm the problem.
So Swamp Picker says he's got 2 internationals going out today. We hope those go successfully. And are you using, out of curiosity, Swamp Picker, are you using the global shipping program, or are you handling that shipping yourself? Because I am kind of curious as to how many people do international shipping outside of the global shipping program.
And you're talking about Swamp Picker's comment. Yeah. Okay. And Swamp Picker, from what I understand too, some individuals mentioned that the other day that I think you're guest starring on, was it Bearded's show? I can't remember 100%, but I watched so much of the content over the weekend. It all started to like blur together, and I thought everybody was guest starring in everybody else's shows. And it's like even some cases like where they had nothing to do with each other over the weekend. But yeah, so from what I understand though, you're quite the legend in the community. I mean, really, so many are. Oh, and almost missed Mike Seller. Mike Seller, good morning. So great to see you. And again, if we happen to miss your name, it is definitely not personal. There's not a single person on here that we wouldn't give a hearty welcome to. We're just trying to get better about reading the chat.
Yeah, I actually missed his comment too. Good morning, Mike.
Swamp Picker, hey, hashtag not Glenn. That is so funny. You guys are, I love it when they get like a sidebar, like momentum going with something. And then it's like, even if I don't understand what they're talking about, it's hilarious. Let's see here. So, Mr. Sadie, I'm off today, Doug. Oh, well, yeah, good. That's awesome.
So I'm celebrating Jen a little bit. So she was like, I did quite a few listings. Bravo. And then she goes, sell, and I smashed the like button. So hopefully we helped assist to some degree.
Yeah, you know what? That's gonna just spread through the community. It's the flipping ain't easy effect of the, you know, join the live and get them. But I know it's particular when you join them. So just to be clear. Hey, and oh, good morning, Roman. So good to have you with us too. It's so awesome to see you.
Good morning, Roman.
But Mr. Sadie. Oh, he says my typing finger is cramping up from painting. That is so good. But
yeah.
So anytime picker, so Roman says, I'm always curious if Craig Lanchard Picker is owner of eBay or not. Hello, everyone. That's so funny. But let's see here. So Texas Bandit, eBay Global, ship it and forget it. It is nice that when something goes international, that we have a lot of flexibility for, like them covering returns and everything.
Yeah.
We were so nervous about that, but it's really been nice.
I couldn't even. I just don't know about the not so much the fees, but what do you call it when you do ship something international? You have to pay the not dues.
I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember.
But I just love that
somebody in the chat will probably jump in there.
Yeah, whatever that is called.
The oh man, I know somebody's gonna put in the chat, but I just want to see if I can figure it out real quick. It's the I mean, it's pretty much posted to the let's see, what is it? It's the GST now.
I can't think of what it's called, but anyways, those.
Hey, good morning, Tactical Z.
Yeah, not dues, not fees.
The VAT tax. There you go. Yeah, customs. Also, everyone's like,
thank you.
Everyone is commenting on like some of it's country specific, and then it's like they're covering the whole.
No, think of the customs, because so many countries you have to fill out
the duties, but it's DOOD.
The duties.
That is so funny. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the support on that one.
Could not have figured
that
out.
We're just checking to make sure that everybody's still tuned in and paying attention. That or the Mr. Sadie says the perky fees. Oh, you pay the perky fees every single time you show up to our morning show for sure. That is awesome. But yeah, I hope everybody's having a great morning. That so for our goals today, and so over the weekend we were hyper productive. One of the biggest things that we had to do is we still had stuff that's left over from our very earliest days of getting started with reselling, where you do the thing where you bring absolutely everything in that you see any kind of potential for. We're still clearing out the last of that.
And things that were listed, things that weren't listed, things that we just finally gave up on. And so we were really clearing those out. And that, gosh, that feels really good.
Yeah, I mean, bunch of random stuff. Yeah, just a bunch of random stuff that we really don't have any interest in selling anymore. And so, again, you've heard us all say before that we send a lot of stuff down to Mexico, so some of it's making it that direction. And then there's a few things that, excuse me, boy, yeah, just get that. I keep getting the burps and hiccups when we do these. But yeah, so some of the items we just realized too were total garbage. There was a warehouse around here that has since closed down that we used to, when we're in the early days, we used to get a lot of stuff from, thinking that like, wow, we can't believe we're getting such a great deal on these items. Pretty much absolutely everything that we got from them was missing key pieces or was
legitimately
really
broken, even though they were saying it was new in box.
Yeah, they would sell it to you being like, oh, it's absolutely new in box and everything. We wouldn't like open it up, especially if it's a very sealed package in some cases. And we kept getting like returns or people being like, there's a piece missing and everything. And so we went through a lot of that stuff directly today. Even if it was new in box, we're just like, we'll sell it open box. We just have to make sure the pieces are there. And like everything we opened up was trash. So we just, we decided to, like, for a lot of that stuff, if it's missing essential components and we can't part it out, which, you know, it'd be a lot of like garden tool kind of things where it's like a trowel and it's missing a handle. Nobody's just going to buy the metal part. So we had to make some tough decisions with that.
So Mr. Sadie is asking, do you guys have two stores? We have 2 eBay accounts that we will frequently use. Only one of them is a store, and the other one we used to sell on. It's currently empty. So we have 2 accounts, but really only one store.
Oh, and like that Land Shark's on another level. I do totally believe that. I've seen
Mhm.
Land Shark Picker too, and he's fun to watch. So if you haven't seen that too, I gotta be better about being able to get people's links in the chat.
Yeah.
I still need to learn how to do that stuff.
Well, and Anytime Picker said Primo Chemo is professional seller compared to Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, actually, well, technically that's true because really, Jeff Bezos is sitting on an empire of a
Right.
bunch of sellers like Bearded Picker and others, where he really just has everybody on a string. But when it comes down to the brass tacks of who's the better like individual seller, I'm sure Primo Chemo's got him. But let's see here. Care 1964 Jen. I've been doing new listings for summer items and also finding a bunch of stuff no longer listed and listing those. Yeah, we're preparing for I guess what would be the term? We're preparing for quiet productivity this summer, where if sales go flat, we're going to be focusing on. I mean, we're enjoying the books that Bearded Picker's selecting, so we're going to be revisiting the E-Myth. We're going to be revisiting E-Myth Revisited, and we're also going to go back and
I was wondering how
and
you were
read
going to salvage
psychology.
that because I
Yeah.
was like, we're revisiting.
I know. As soon as I started saying it, I was like, "Oh, you're about to say revisited for a second time." Like if this was being typed out, you'd be embarrassed for how many times revisited is showing up. But yeah. So we're gonna be revisiting E-Myth Revisited as we revisit it one more time. But then after that, we're going to be doing the Psychology of Money. We totally are down with those book choices too. Those are super cool. And so, and it was really nice. We appreciate the shout out that we got from Bearded Picker over the weekend and everything. That was really awesome. But to be clear,
Yeah.
it's technically a shout out for Jen JRK 1964 because something stuck with Bearded that he really liked. But ultimately, it was because we were reading Jen JRK 1964's comment. We just happened to be reading it out loud, and we want to make sure we give credit where credit's due. That being said, we love that expression of comparison is the thief of joy. And that is one where it would not be uncommon to find that expression bouncing around our house. Like
We
we're
do use
definitely
that a
big
lot
on that.
because I mean, yeah, and it is so true. You just can't compare.
So thank you, Jen, for making sure that we all got the point of that comment and being so gracious in being able to share that. So let's see here. So Paul Rose, we better read Paul Rose's. I bought a supposedly new bonsai shredder. Okay, I've never heard of a bonsai shredder. Is it for shredding bonsais, or is it bonsai and it's a brand of shredder? I've never heard of it.
I figured
If it's a type of shredder and its name is bonsai, that
I was gonna
is
say I
absolutely
figured
awesome.
that's how it was, but even if it is a bonsai shredder, that's pretty cool too.
Yeah. So he said it was heavily used, with broken pieces in the box that didn't work.
So you buy from the same warehouse we do.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, same warehouse. That's amazing.
Yeah, same place.
Who knew that they had a tunnel to the UK there? That's funny. Or is it a channel, maybe? A channel? First he sent me an exercise bike that I sent to the actual buyer. Nightmare. Wow.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, that truly does sound terrible, Paul Rose. Sorry you went through that.
Yeah, that is one of those
And
experiences.
Jen's providing support on that too.
Yeah. But yeah, we had so many similar situations, and then that's when we realized that this one warehouse, not only were they kind of crooks because they did know that they were selling so many broken things, because when we even tried to return them or complain, they were like, "Oh, sorry about that."
Yeah, that's so funny.
Good luck next time.
Oh man. So let's see here. So Mr. Sadie said never tried 2 eBay stores, but been hearing some people having success lately. Just curious. Yeah, we're kicking around the idea of it.
Yeah.
We're trying so many new things all at once, though. We're trying to kind of slow our roll a little bit because what's been super productive for us about being on here with all of you guys is that we keep getting great ideas from you. The challenge is that now we've recorded so many ideas, and we're all about trying something in a way to where you could observe whether the results are consistent. That's where for both of us, the fact that my wife is a list maker and a schedule follower, and for me, I work with some of the best data analyst individuals that I've ever known. And again, I'm not the data analyst for the company that I work for, but I have to explain what all the data analysts are doing constantly to others. I'm a big part of the education department. So for both of us, then we're very much of the mindset of don't just try something once and then make a call on whether it's good or
Right.
not. Get in a consistent habit with it. See on the daily how
Yeah.
that looks, feels, the results that you get and achieve. So we've got so many great ideas from all of you. We're trying to implement them, but we want to do so in a way that's thoughtful, and that it's not scatterbrained where we're trying something and then making an assumption about the result we're going to get. So we're kind of looking at this as a months-long process of easing into it, trying something out, and kind of keeping whatever we're trying new small, so that it's not super disruptive for us if we need to make a change. She's getting little. She's like getting
She's
old.
just readjusting.
She's getting readjusting.
So Paul Rose answered us. It is Bonsai is a high-end
Oh, okay, gotcha.
paper shredder. I can't read it now because it's farther away from me. But he says basically just got a large plastic brick to dispose of.
That was so funny. It's like, wouldn't know. Just got a large plastic brick to dispose of. Oh man, sorry that you go through that.
That is the worst feeling. So we did buy from this same warehouse. We bought some heavy duty, and they even said like heavy duty metal shelf for storage. And it's supposed to be super nice. We took it out of the box and we held on to it for a couple of weeks. So obviously like past any complaints time, but we were like, oh, this will help organize our warehouse and everything. Those heavy duty warehouse, the metal brackets that the shelves are supposed to fit into were literally as thin as aluminum cans, like soda cans. It was ridiculous.
Oh, that was so bad.
All of that shelving directly in the trash.
Yeah. It looked like shelving that's like prop shelving that Mr. T in the 1980s was like designed to throw a guy through, to where it looks like it's like really heavy duty stuff, but it just crumples as the guy goes through it. That was the shelving that we had.
Sad.
That's the shelving that we had bought to actually store stuff on, and it was terrible.
The description of it was like heavy duty and all this stuff. We're like, wow, we're getting a great price on these shelves. No, we weren't. We filled up our trash can.
All right, let's see here. Oh, that's really sweet. Jared Karen 964 said, "I've sent you a link to a friend. Hope they show up." That's really awesome.
Thank you.
We really do appreciate that. We want this space to be one where
hopefully if they show up, they enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Yeah, hopefully we don't put your generous invitation to shame there. Jared Karen 1964 or cause shame with it. What am I trying to say? I don't even know what I'm trying to say. We're grateful for it. We want to make sure we take care of it. Thank you very much. But yeah, we want everybody that comes here to just get some refreshment, get fired up for the day. That, again, can't say it enough. We say it pretty much every time, but we're so grateful for the fact that through your ideas, your willingness to share, and just the inspiration of what you're sharing when you do show up for what your work day is going to look like, we get all fired up. It gets us motivated to try new things. It gets us interested to get our listings done and accomplished. And on the days when we have these, everything is more productive, whether I'm going to my day job or if we're doing our eBay stuff. It absolutely gets us all in the right mindset to get the job done. So thank you guys.
Good morning, Junk Trader.
Junk Trader, hey, so happy to see you.
Nice to have you with us.
She's oh, sweet puppers. Good morning. Yeah, she's really sweet.
Yeah, she decided that she's done with me now.
Yeah, she's just like, all right, what's going on? It is funny that when we do these, for some reason, she's like, I don't know who you're talking to, but we must all be getting excited about something. Yeah. She gets so wound up.
She can tell.
But yeah, excuse me there.
But yeah, so we do hope everybody does just have a really productive day. Hopefully you got to rest a little bit over the weekend since it was a longer weekend. And yeah, we're kind of ready to get back to work. Although our weather is still so May gray.
Yeah.
It's super cloudy today. I was expecting sunshine, but
yeah, Kelly Dibbs, are you still overcast out in Burbank?
Probably is. I mean, yeah, most of the day today we're going to be cloudy, but
yeah. And on Friday, oh yes, she says yes we are. Yeah, on Friday we're out in Callie Deb's neck of the woods. So Callie Deb, we could have passed you and not even known it on the road there, or at one of those sales and everything. But we had some really good sourcing out in Burbank. It was very good. So we got the call as we
we worked.
Excuse me.
We worked over most of the weekend. but it feels really good because we were able to accomplish so much. So we're starting this first official work day for the week, and we already feel like we've accomplished a lot. So that's helpful.
All right, so and I want to highlight too what Paul Rose said. And would you believe it? Took around 6 weeks to sort out. Okay, so we're talking like month and a half. Seller unresponsive, even when helping me reship the bike. Left my second ever negative, so that Paul Rose left, and eBay removed it. Good grief. Oh man. See, at first when I was reading that really quick, Paul Rose, I thought that I got confused in the situation. I thought you were the seller. And I was like, oh, it'd be a good thing if you get the feedback removed. But no, he's the buyer and got removed for the seller.
That is
Super bummer.
interesting. Yeah, because you legitimately had a really bad experience. That's interesting. Wow.
That is just further proof of why the whole feedback system really needs to be like revisited. Just like the E-Myth needs to be revisited. I'm just saying that's the kind of morning joke you get where Doug's not fully awake yet.
Well, because even our neutral feedback that was left, but then it was also like, I love it. And it's like, that's interesting that the feedback does need to be revisited a little.
Yeah, it is so strange.
A little inconsistent.
And we reached out to the buyer and we said, hey, you clearly.
Out of curiosity, why'd you leave neutral if you loved it so much with exclamation marks?
Wasn't that just like, hey, you seem like you're happy with it. Can we revise it? And they're like, we get radio silence. And it's like, all right. Okay. But let's see here. So, Kelly Dipp says Burbank sourcing is amazing at times. Yeah. I mean,
it can be. It's really fun.
That's probably true out here as well. That sometimes you know your area very well. Sometimes you stumble into something. I mean, we've gone out very rarely to source at Burbank before, and we've hit real dead spots. So, but don't worry, Kelly Debs. We're very rarely ever out in Burbank trying to do any sourcing. So hopefully we're not stealing any of the goods from you.
Jen said that we got a new roof on the house and garage. Looks really nice. That is a major win right there.
That's super awesome. Cool. Yeah.
And good time of the year to do that too. So we're very happy for you with that.
And so she said we've had enough rain here for a while. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. So, and the Kelly Deb says, Paul Rose, chili is good for us here in Burbank. It will soon get really hot. Yeah, I know we're about to.
Agreed. I'm still enjoying it.
Yeah, and our AC for our car is still knocked out, so we're trying to get that wrapped up before we really get the summer heat. So
yeah, so Kelly Deb's comment is so true. She says we're the hub of Hollywood and Burbank show business stuff. So yeah, there are some really cool executives and producers and even famous people that are in that area that when they have sales and yard sales and stuff, you can get some cool stuff.
Yeah. Like, just like last week. It's like this wouldn't be known for us. I just like.
So Mike Seller is asking, is anyone planning on attending the Sellers check-in next week? I didn't even know when that is.
I don't think we've ever actually attended the Sellers check-in, but what we actually do is we just go on there and we listen to everybody's feedback.
Yeah, we listen to the feedback
on how the Seller check-in went.
And generally, I'm like, oh, the check-in happened. Okay, cool. That's our neighbor.
And Kelly Dips, thank you for being so generous. She goes, no worries. There's plenty of good stuff to go around here. That's the kind of sweet response you get from Kelly Dips.
So Pin G said June 6th, and he said I signed up for it. Nice.
Cool. Yeah, no. So please, everyone, we're looking forward to your feedback. But we should try to attend.
We should.
And do our own part of
it would be
looking at
I know
at how it goes.
We could contribute.
Hypothetically, that would probably be nice. Let's see, Jen, Paul, I couldn't handle Vegas heat. Yeah, so I actually love it when because Las Vegas is only like 7 or 8 hours from where we're at, and I remember when we'd go, and I was a kid and everything. Especially, I loved it when it was like 105 degrees outside.
It's that dry heat. So
now I'm at that age though, where like it's just I walk out into the heat and immediately it's like sweat, and it's like okay, I don't know, it's not as much fun as it used to be but at least it's a dry heat.
Yeah, the dry heat does help.
But yeah, so anytime Pink is laughing at Jen,
live in a desert here as well.
Rather laughing with Jen, yeah.
Laughing at her.
And so, Jen, I really just want to live somewhere that is 70 and sunny all year. Oh, that's very funny. But and then Ping is saying hi to Roman. And then Anytime Picker, I want to live somewhere where there are aliens from another planet. Well, that's so funny. It's like I don't even know. I don't know what to do with that one, Roman. You let me know if you figure that one out, okay? And we'll roll with it then.
He's building his spaceship.
Yeah, building a spaceship. Hey, go and colonize Mars, and then all of your family will be Martians. It'll be great. So Mike Seller laughing with Paul Rose. And Paul Rose, Roman, look around. I'm getting flashbacks to Men in Black where they're like like New York. It's just all all aliens and everything. It's like I don't know if they could even like do that kind of joke nowadays for like in movies and stuff. People would
I
get
do love when the
up in
dog
arms.
starts talking to him.
Yeah, it is so funny.
So yeah, Ping G is saying, I used to live in Tucson, Arizona for 26 years. It's dry heat there. I do. Yeah, there are things that I don't love about the heat, but when it is a dry heat, there is something about it. It is easier to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only been to Florida once. It was freezing when I went. So I didn't even really get to enjoy like the humid heat then. So I haven't been in too much humid heat. So I definitely prefer the deserts.
Oh, that's funny. Anytime Picker. I saw a skunk yesterday that was saying that he sells on eBay, probably alien.
Okay, that's a funny
Too
comment.
funny. Yeah, excuse me. Sorry for my little bit of congestion here this morning, everybody. But Paul Rose, come to my city, Roman. I don't know what a lot of them are these days, but I don't think it's human. Yeah, it's like we're gonna go down a dark path here for everything. But let's see. Oh, then Ping says, I live in Tucson, Arizona lived in Tucson, Arizona for 26 years. It's a dry heat there.
Yeah, I just read that.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Sorry. I know it's so hard. Like we get it when everyone talks about how difficult it is managing the chat and speaking. As soon as I start reading the chat, if Ro is actually saying it out loud, my brain like just shuts off. So Ping, I've been to I think Walt Disney World.
Okay, thank you. I was trying to figure out what that was. Yeah. Walt Disney
Twice was
World.
during the summer. Way too humid for me. Time to visit during February was nice.
Yeah, so that's about the time that I went. I actually went for a work conference. And were we in Miami? I think we were in Miami. And so I did get to do some work time, spent most of the time in hotels, but then we did go to Walt Disney World. And yeah, it was, I think, beginning of March. Weather was great. I was like, what do these people complain about? But no, I did not get to experience any like humid heat. So
yeah,
I don't know what that's like.
When I lived in Puerto Rico, you'd have, I mean, it was like 100% humidity all the time. And that was one of those uncomfortable.
Horrible.
Yeah, that was one of those uncomfortable things where you get out of the shower and you just never dry. That feeling was really rough. But I mean, it was worth it because the area is so beautiful. You just go and get in the ocean all the time, anyways. And it's cool being able to walk out in the rain and it'd be like a warm rain. That was really nice.
Yeah, I haven't really experienced that too much either.
So it has its advantages, and then you just got to deal with what's different.
Well, we hope everybody has an excellent day. We are planning on getting. We have quite a few goals for today, just to kind of wrap up the work that we kind of started already over the weekend. But we wish you guys many, many, many sales. I love Spam's already celebrating. Have an awesome day.
For the Momo.
Yeah,
which I love that means peach in Japanese. I'm going to say that every single time I read that, Spam. I'm going to say that I love that Momo means peach in Japanese. And it was like, I just love that. But yeah, when I was there, they were like, oh, do you want, Momo? And I'm like, if you keep saying that, like, we're just going to be best friends forever.
But yes, happy sales to everybody. We hope you guys have a major win today. And yeah, let's get some stuff moving.
That's right. Yep. So for us, we're going to get some clothing listings up. We're going to reorganize some stuff, and we're going to look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. But we appreciate you to the max. Thank you so much for all those that have subscribed, visited, hit the like button. We really, really appreciate having you here with us. And
Record Crate, go make it happen.
Go make it happen. Those are the words that we're going to finish on today. Go make it happen, as Record Crate says. But we appreciate you all to the max. talk to you guys soon. But have a great one, everybody. Let's show eBay who's boss. Let's get it done. Take care now.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
See you
everybody.
tomorrow.